So it's about that time again. New league is on the horizon, and I thought time to do some more videos. This one I actually leveled quite a while ago, but I recorded it, and let's just say, don't try this at home, kids. But I think many of us saw some videos, and it was very strong as a single target DPS and bossing with great survivability and great damage. But those people have quite good gear, and I think you need some of it to get going. And the Nimbus is something you can't get a hold of right away, and I think you should probably wait until you get that one to do the swapping. But that's not really my style, so I set about to try to do this as straight away to at least showcase what it looks like if you for some reason was thinking of leveling this way in a new league. And there's just a lot of hurdles. You need to get mana early on because the Arcanist brand just sucks out your mana, and it's very difficult to. I couldn't even swap straight away because it wasn't feasible with my mana flasks and my passive tree that I had at the moment. Which is very unusual to not be able to do it. Even though it's not good, you usually can do it. But this was basically impossible. So I had to wait a little bit more to get some more mana nodes on the tree. If you really set about it and want to do this as early as possible, I'd probably suggest around Act 7 or 8 when you can get the Eldritch Battery. Because that's when it started to feel a bit more comfortable at least, and the damage started to feel okay, and so on. So I think that should probably be around the earliest, but probably you should just wait. So we're now in Act 3, and I have the Eye of Winter, but I haven't swapped to it. I'm just self-casting it every now and then, and this is a very janky setup and nothing you really should copy or follow. And yeah, it's working, but it's not fantastic. The Storm brand is pretty good. No really news there that it works pretty well. Yeah, well soon we'll try to swap. Yeah, and now we actually did swap, and we're going for Eye of Winter with Arcanist brand, faster projectiles and returning projectiles. If you don't have the faster projectiles, you will see that the projectile ends before they actually return to you, which is not fantastic because then you're basically just sacrificing one link and doing less damage. If you don't have the return projectiles, you're basically doing no damage on single targets. So yeah, and you also need to think about your own positioning, because the projectiles are returning to you and not to where the Arcanist brand is located. So you can basically see here that some of the projectiles are getting back to me, and so that's why. So you need to also keep the defenses because you want to stand basically on top of the boss, which I really couldn't at this point. And yeah, it's doable. It's not fantastic. You can see my mana flasks just keep on getting emptier and emptier. And this fight wasn't really fun at all. And it took quite some time as well to finish it. Just showing off a little bit of the clear, how it looks, and yeah, it's okay, but nothing special. Again, the damage is feels very mediocre, since it's supposed to then be like a bossing skill. That was my thought process at least, that it will do shit tons of damage single target and kind of meh clear, but yeah, this has more of the meh and meh. Yeah, getting some more mana reservation. I now switched out some of the nodes. I also have Eldritch Battery, so I can go down to very low mana. That's why I'm now able to run Zealotry and Hatred and Herald of Ice. And this actually feels a little bit better. You can see that my energy shield is a bit too low, because it bounces down in the bottom all the time. So I need a bit more to properly do this, at least on single target. It worked well while just running through the zones. No changes. I don't do any more changes basically in the setup. I make sure that I have a brand recall, which you can see by my hotbar that I don't at the moment, which is not fantastic, but that's one of the spells I always keep forgetting. Seems like when I play brand and or I'll try it and I was like, ah, it doesn't feel very good, and then you try it again and then it's like, holy crap, why did I forget this one? Because it feels very good. It's nice when you're just running around to refresh them and activate them, which certainly would help the clear feeling of the skill. Yeah, and here we can see some of the clear. The damage isn't fantastic. It's okay, but not really much more than that. Finally, I also added in the brand recall. Go me. And yeah, it's fine. It's decent enough now, I would say, but I still wouldn't recommend that you swap into it and play it this early on. Yeah, what to say that I haven't really said already. Uh, you can go into low life, get more damage out of that. You can get better gear while leveling, but yeah, I really don't think this is something you should be using this early on in the league. And if you still want to do it, it will work. And especially if you just have a little bit of a luck and get a early 5 link, then I think that would help quite a lot. Because at the moment we don't have that much uh, proper damage supports with Arcanist brand, and faster projectile is a little bit, but it's not fantastic. And the returning projectiles is mandatory, but it's only to 60% of the return damage. Yeah, it's really not suitable for a low budget, I would say. So I think you should wait, and then you might have really good fun with it.